Hi everybody, thank you for joining us today. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's going to be the red R towards the bottom right. Give us a like, leave us some comments. Let us know what you guys think about these videos. So today I'm going to show you guys how to clean out the Ri4000 and get it ready for transportation or to move it to a new location. So the first thing we want to do, we want to clean out all the ink that's in the print lines and also the enhancer side. To do that, we are going to remove all the inks. We're also going to remove cartridges in the back for the enhancer. We're going to replace those with cleaning cartridges. So you're going to have some cleaning cartridges. Some will say ink on them. Those are going to be the ones that are used for all the colored inks. And you're going to see one that says enhancer. That's going to be for the back to clean out the enhancer. Okay. Once you got those cartridges inserted, we're going to go to our screen here. And we're going to go to our settings menu. Ink path control. Cleaner charging. And we're going to select all these icons. And then hit charging. Once the sequence is done, we'll take about 40 minutes. We're going to go ahead and release the carriages to clean out the left ink sums and the right ink sums. To do that, we're going to go to the screen here. We're going to go to our maintenance menu. We're going to go to regular maintenance and we're going to select both the enhancer and the ink. We're going to go to cleaning. That's going to shift your carriages over towards the center of the printer. So we're going to give it a second. There you go. So you can see now our carriages are towards the center of the printer. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and turn the machine off. To do that, we're going to hold the power button down for about 4 to 5 seconds. We're going to get a prompt to shut it down. So we're going to shut down the unit. We're going to give it a couple of seconds for it to completely shut down. We're going to let it drain out all the waste ink out of it. Once the screen is black and the blue light stops blinking, we're going to go towards the back of the machine and we're going to turn it off. So while it's doing that, we're going to go over here to the left ink sumps. We're going to go ahead and remove these. So to remove the left ink sump, there is going to be one small screw here on top. It's a blue one. So we're going to remove that screw. And to take out the ink sump, we're going to shift this a little bit towards the left. There are two pins here and little holes that line up the ink sump, so I'm going to push this to the left and then upwards. Okay. We're going to take this out. We're going to run some water in there. We're going to clean it out. We're going to dry it. While I have this out, we also have a little tab right here with a little opening. Okay. So this little tab here and that opening, that's where this little bracket inserts into. This is going to keep your ink sump nice and leveled. Okay, so now we got this cleaned out. Again, we're going to just put this back into the machine. We're going to make sure that those two little pins go into the holes here and this little clip here goes in between that sheet metal. Now as you can see, my ink sump is nice and level and I'm going to reattach the screw. Okay, so this process also gets done for the rear left ink sump, and I believe now my machine is completely off, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off on the back, and I'm going to make my way towards the rear maintenance station for the enhancer. Okay, so we're going to remove this station as well to get to that lower ink sump. To do this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to disconnect two cables, which right here, that's one for the sensor. And we're going to release these latches, and we're going to release the step motor cable by holding this clip nice and tight. We're going to pull away on the cable, so it should be like this. We're also going to remove our drain tube here. So this is a quick release valve, so we're going to push this towards the back and then pull the tube towards the front. That's going to get released. We're going to release our clip here. We're going to remove two screws that are located on the maintenance station. One and two. Okay, once those are removed, we're going to carefully push down on this bracket right here that holds the ribbon cable, and we're going to pull out the maintenance station. We're going to be careful not to damage the gaskets or get them in contact with the sheet metal here on top. Okay, so once that's pulled out, as you can see down there, that's going to be our back ink sump for the enhancer. Now there's two ways of doing this. You can actually use a towel, just clean that up in there, or you can remove it. In this video we're going to remove it. So there is going to be one small bracket right here on the side with one screw. We're going to go ahead and remove that screw. And we're going to pull out this little bracket. Okay. To take this out, what you guys want to do, you want to lift it up a little bit. And then we're going to rotate this. So we're going to rotate this to get it out of here. Okay, once again, we're going to take out all that cleaning or that enhancer fluid out of there. We're going to rinse this out. We're going to dry it, and we're going to put it back into the machine. Again, to put it back in, we're going to go at an angle. And we're going to turn this as we put it in. Now, one quick note. You see these little pyramids here? These line up with those two little brackets right here. That's what makes this sit nice and level, prevents it from falling into the unit. So just make sure you get those brackets into these openings right here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and gonna put this back in. I'm gonna make sure that my brackets line up to my little pyramid cutouts there. Give it a nice little push. As you can see now, it's nice and leveled. It's stuck on there. And I'm gonna reattach my bracket. Now my bracket has two holes. For the bottom hole, that's going to be for this pin right here. The top hole, that's where the screw goes into. So I'm going to put that into that pin. And then I'm going to reattach my screw. And I'm going to put my maintenance station back in. Maybe be careful again. I'm going to go at an angle, and I'm just going to shift this left and right to get it in there. Okay. Now, once this in here, guys, if you guys can kind of see in there, there's two little pins. There's one pin on here and one pin on there. There's two little holes against the framing of the machine. So those pins line up the maintenance station. I'll pull this back out so you guys can see a little better. You got two pins here, 1 and 2. Inside here you got two little holes, 1 and 2. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in there for you guys. And make sure that I line up those two pins. Okay, so that goes in there. On the outside too, you got two pins here that actually hold this in place. So you guys can see this is nice and tight on there. It's nice and leveled. And we're gonna reattach our screws. Now when you put these back in, this is how I do it, guys. I just kind of use my fingers here, put it in there. Once I feel a little resistance, I do a quarter turn. That should be enough torque to hold that in place. We don't want to over time this. We don't want to strip that bracket, okay?
Morning.
Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to reattach our power connections. We're going to reattach our drain tube. We're going to reconnect our cable here back into the mounting clips and the connector. Now at this point too, guys, you guys can get a little swab, clean the top of that maintenance station and those gaskets. For the back carriage, for the back main station, you want to use distilled water, no cleaner, nothing else. If you do see it's dirty, a little distilled water just does it. Now that little swab, you want to throw that away. You want to get a clean swab and you want to clean out the front maintenance station. For this one, we will use cleaning fluid, okay guys? Big note, please do not use the swab that you use from the back on the front, as you will get that ink to coagulate or get a little thick. So always make sure when you're done with this one, throw that away, don't reuse that on the front. Okay guys, so now that it's all cleaned out, we're gonna go over here towards the left of the machine. We are gonna have the cleaner bottle. Okay, so for the cleaner bottle, we are going to remove this bracket right here that has 4 screws. We're going to lift up on the bracket right here. We're going to pull out our container. And we're going to go ahead and just unscrew the container. Make sure, be careful not to spill too much of this. Okay, so you want to get this extra fluid right here, and you can pour that back into your cleaner bottle. Once it's cleaned out, you want to put a little paper towel in there, dry it up a little bit, and then once it's dry, we're going to go ahead and put this back on. And we're gonna insert our container back into the machine. We're gonna put our bracket back in. Once again, guys, there's gonna be 4 screws on here. Now these screws, you want to put them in loosely at first. That way you get them all in there. Once they're all inside, then you want to go back and retighten those screws. Okay, so we got those screws all the way in there. And I'm just going to go back and retighten those. Once this is cleaned out, I'm just going to go ahead and push this back into the machine. And then we're going to turn this machine back on. Okay. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and turn the machine back on from the back first. And then from the front. We're going to close our cover right here. So once the machine is back on, we are going to release the front carriage or the cover carriage one more time. And I'm going to show you guys how to white cap it. So when that's turning on, I'm going to go ahead and get my cap ready. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, so here is my cap. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply some cleaning fluid inside these little gaskets. Alright, so the cleaning fluid, you want to make sure that it has a little dome of cleaning fluid. So we want enough fluid in there to actually seal the gaskets on the carriage. Alright guys, so I'm going to pretend that I actually have my machine turned on. I'm going to pretend that I already had it released. And I'm going to show you guys how to cap it. So for this cap right here, as you can see, there's 2 pins right here on this side and 1 pin on this side. I'm a camera guy, go around to the other side of the machine. I'm going to show you guys how to line this up. You're going to see a small ledge right here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure those 2 pins are towards the right side of the machine. We're going to make sure those 2 little clips line up to that ledge. Like so. And then I'm going to carefully just push up on it. And it's capped, guys. We're going to go ahead and make sure that the rear carriage is going to be over here towards the right. Because you guys are going to turn the machine on. You're going to release this carriage again. And then we're going to cap it, okay? And that's how you get the machine ready for shipping, guys. Thank you for joining me again today. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a like, leave us some comments. And we'll see you guys next time.